What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Third Gen Junkies. Chris, you know what it is. Today I'm going to be doing a kind of step-by-step tutorial video on how to replace a lock and lock cylinder on a third gen 82 to 92 steering column. And it's probably, I don't know, probably all the way back to the 80s on up. I need one for Ruby. Ruby's steering column is broken. It's really wobbly, and I have an IROC steering column sitting here, but I don't have the key. So I got a lock cylinder with a key, so I figure I'd make a video on how you go about pulling the steering wheel and how you swap the lock cylinder over so it'll work. The only thing I did notice about the steering column just now is that this cable, I forgot what this cable is. It has two screws right here that are loose, so I could probably just swap it off of the one that's in the car. And all the plugs were cut here. Everything else is here. That plugs up, so it should be fine. I mean, I got this from somebody else in a Horde. So I'll just probably swap this out. But yeah, so we're gonna get this started. Tools you're gonna need is, I have my 3/8 electric impact, metric set, sockets, extension, ratchets. You're going to need Torx, screwdrivers. You're going to need regular Phillips screwdriver. You might need some picks, magnet, steering wheel puller kit, also with the jaw, the lock plate remover. But I have this lock plate remover here. This is the new lock cylinder with the key. And a lot of people use a ratchet when they go to use the plate puller or the steering wheel puller. I like to use ratchet wrenches. It's a lot easier and quicker. So let's get into this. Yeah. So here we go. I'll move this stuff. My wife's gonna kill me because I'm doing it on the dining room table, but she's at work. So set this up here. First and foremost, you need to pop off your steering button. You need to be extremely careful with this wire. This is your horn button. It will not work if you break it, or you break the plastic piece that is down in there. You will not, yeah, you will have a hard time with getting your horn to honk at all. So there's a little pin in here that you need to push down, which is, it's kind of hard. It's almost like you need three hands, but you need to push this pin down and pull on the wire or the horn button to get it to slide off, because it does lock. You can't just snatch it off. A lot of people think that you could take these Torx screws out that are right here. And that's, yes, that comes off of this base plate, but you're not going to get the whole steering wheel off by doing that. So next step is we need to zip this guy off. I don't know if my electric impact, just the ratchet will do it. I might have to go out to the truck and get, and I don't have the right size. I might have to go get the 1/2" impact and some different sockets. I grabbed my double end socket. It's not metric, it's actually standard, 13/16. So move that out of the way. Zip this guy off. Zip that guy off there. Set him down. Put this on the floor. Alright. Now we gotta get our puller set up together. So now you gotta figure out which size these are by the threads. It's not that one. They say what size thread they are up there. I've never trusted that. It's not that one because they're too small. More than likely it's this one, which they look like they're already ate up, which is really going to suck if it is. or somebody forced them in. I'm not totally sure. It looks like they really ate these threads up pretty bad. Yeah, they screwed these up pretty bad. Let me see these long ones. Oh, these long ones will work. Alright. There we go. Yeah, I gotta use the crappy ones that somebody messed up there. Alright, and then this guy goes in here. Did that too much, actually. Screw these in. They have to be really, really far, but screw that in. Screw them down about the same length. Oh. Maybe if I would have did it the right way the first time. Also, I haven't used a steering wheel puller in a very long time, so gotta bear with me, guys. There, like this. Make sure that wire is out of the way and is not going to get hit by anything. You want to line up your center stud on the shaft of the steering column. Then you run these guys down. They don't need to be like super tight or anything. I mean, like I said, I got magnet. I believe they're 13s instead of 12. Yeah, 12. And then 6-inch extension. Run these down. Looks like that's as far as that's going. Like that. It's the same size for this guy, so I just I think it actually already pulled the steering wheel off just that easily. Yep, pulled it off just like that. It's that easy. So back this off, back this out. Back this out. Set that off to the side. Pull this guy out. Pull all this stuff back apart. Took a whole 2 seconds to take it apart. That's crazy. Okay. This goes in here. I think this goes. Oh, that don't go there. Why that popped up. It goes like that. These guys go here. And I'm not going to use that lock plate puller. I'm going to use this other one I got over here more likely. So set that off to the side. Alright. And then make sure you don't break that wire. Set your steering wheel on the floor. Alright. It's funny, it's almost like this column, somebody broke it, because you can actually, you can start the car without having a key in it. And then I can't remember how this actually works. Give me 1 second. Alright guys, so literally all this is a plastic plate that just clips on. And it was on here like this over the lock plate. So I just got under the screwdriver, popped it off, set that to the side. Next step is we got to use a lock plate puller. This is where it gets really fun. That's me being sarcastic. This is not fun at all. Because you have to relieve all the tension and get that little ring out right there, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. So you want to position this like in the middle or so. And you want this to have tension. It screws on. This section here screws onto the shaft. And then what you're supposed to do is take and you twist this down like this. As you can see, it's pushing it down away from that little clip. Now comes the fun part, because there's a lot of tension on it. So the fun part is you have to get behind. I don't know if you guys can see this very well. I mean, there's a lot of light in here, but figures the light ain't tall enough. But here, we'll set it there anyways. You can kind of see what's going on. Okay, so right here, there's this gap. The hard part is you need to get behind it. You need to slide it up like so, and then you need to get another pick behind the other side and try to slide it up, or you hold the side that's up with the pick, the one pick. Not starting to turn on me. Okay, here. You pull the one up. You try to get it to stay there. And now what you want to do is get up under it and work it all the way around until you get it to pop all the way up over this little ridge. Sometimes it works really easily, sometimes it doesn't. The easiest way though is to keep it up on that ridge with the one pick, and literally you're just going to work it all the way around like this. Keep pulling up on it. Sometimes you can use a small flat blade screwdriver and that works really well too. Sometimes the picks don't work all that great because you tend to break the tip off of them. Let's see here. Let's see if I can use the flat blade and possibly pop this side up. Nope. It's gonna be a pain. Okay, so what I'll do is, this side looks like it's pretty well up. And you got to be really, really careful with these. They're under a lot of pressure. So I'm just going to work around it underneath with the flat blade. Get it to pop up on that lip like so. Okay, now if you can see that there, guys. See the clip is up on out of that little ridge. And it's on this shaft section. You want to take and you want to slide this whole thing, being very careful that you do not break this. It's your horn. And you want to slide that up to here, like so, to where it's loose. Next up, you want to slowly release the pressure from this lock plate. And what I do with the lock plate, just to make sure, I mean, it's kind of easy. It's really not hard to screw it up, but you know that the horn button only goes in one spot. But what I do is I usually try to grab like a marker and grab a permanent marker, and I'll mark this and then that spot, so I know that mark on the plate goes exactly where that stub is right there. So then you slowly unscrew this, because there is a spring behind it. You want to go slow, take your time with it. So you don't want this shooting off and hit you in the face. Then once that's off, and then it's all untensioned, you unscrew this piece here. We can set that to the side. You want to pull your lock spring off. Pull your lock plate straight out. You can pull your horn button along with it. And it's really easy to tell which way it goes back on, because there is one section out of the teeth here where there's a big long flat section, and that goes right there at the top. But you want to set this down flat so that you know where everything goes. The spring, I pull the spring off. There's a flat side here, and there's a rounded side here. Set it flat on the table so you don't forget where it goes. For a lot of people, they say this is an extremely hard job. To me, I don't believe it is. The next thing is, it's going to be 5 Phillips head screws. You need a Phillips screwdriver. The first one you want to take out is going to be your hazards. So you're going to push in, turn that guy till he's out of there, like so. And there's a spring underneath the one section here, so you want to make sure you have your finger on it so don't shoot across the room. You know, set that off to the side. Then your next one you want to get will be this one here. This is for your turn signal. You want to pull this one out. It's a pretty long screw. And also, like a lot of people say, it's kind of hard to see, but it actually locks into that groove down there where my thumb is, right here, if you can see that. It locks into that, and if it's not locked into there, it won't work. So, and that screws into up here, so you want to pull that off, and you want to put your screw back into that. Set that off to the side. Next, you want to pull, you have a screw here. This is where your magnet comes into play, unless you have a kind of magnetized screwdriver, which I didn't know this one was, but I do have my big Matco magnet here. You want to pull that one. You want to pull this one. Set them to the side. You want to pull this one. I thought they were magnet screwdrivers. Magnet. Oh, I guess it is. Okay. That one, that one, that one. And then there is another one that's hiding. And you have to click. I believe that's it. I thought you had to click that to be able to get to it behind there. But now after looking at it, I don't see that. Okay, so yeah, you just leave that in the middle position, and it should, this whole section here should pull straight out. Be careful because the wires are still attached. See here. Oop. So you want to oh, that's another thing too. possibly you want to do is, if the column's not straight, you want to straighten it out. It makes it easier because all your wires that are connected here run down your column. So if you need to pull some slack up out of them, it'll pull up really easily, like so. You just want to be real gentle when you pull these up and out of here. You don't need to pull it all the way out. You just need to slide it to where you can pull it over the shaft like this. And then the next thing that you need to take out is, this is actually your horn button mechanism. So what you do with that is, since you took out your hazards here, take a flat blade screwdriver, you stick it up through that hole. Oh, that ain't gonna work because that is the adapter screwdriver that is fat at the middle of the shaft, so that's not gonna work. Let me see, find a flat blade screwdriver here in the house. I think this might be a little too short, but let me see. If not, I might have to run out to the truck. Yep, just a hair too short. Well, I might be able to get it with a pick. Let me see. So you come up under here. That ain't gonna work. Let's see. Let's try this straight pick. You come up under here and you just slide this straight up and out. Like so. I did just drop that one little prong piece. I think it is brass or copper, so I won't be able to get it with the magnet. Let's see. Oh, it's right here. Fat fingers. So it goes in like this, and I believe that this part went in like this. I'm not totally sure. Like that. And the next thing is you gotta take this torque head screw out right here. I'm not sure what size it is. I brought a couple sizes. Don't even know what size this one is. I think it's the same size as this, which none of them have a size, so I don't know what's this size. Break that loose, pull it out, be careful not to drop it. This is a very long, weird looking screw. So you want to pull this out. Hi, Conyo. You know, set that off to the side, do not lose that. And then you just pull it straight out. Your old lock cylinder. Pull it out like that. This one's gonna go in the junk because, like I said, it's literally like it's broken. It only goes back in one way with the groove at the bottom, like so. Like that. Reverse everything that you just did. So you're gonna put your Torx back in. Like that. Okay, it goes in, and then look. Boom, boom. Now let's see if it actually locks. Great. Okay, then you just reverse everything back the opposite way, and the upon further inspection, I guess you don't need this other little pin section for the horn button. So you literally just go back in here, slide this guy back in like so, lock it in, and then you want to take this guy, has to see how easy that was, how the wires slid again. That guy's got to go like that. And slide this back in nice and easy where everything lines up the way it's supposed to. Make sure all your holes line up. So you want to look in there, make sure that all your holes are lining up. Looks like this one for some reason needs a, or it's maybe it's just this thing needs to go all the way a little bit. That needs to, looks like it needs to turn just a hair. So then you want to take your Phillips and put your screws back in that hold your main section, like so. Three bad boys in here. Hi, Conyo. Meow. Like that. And then you want to put your, this is going to be the fun one. This is the one that has to go into this groove for your turn signal. So set the screw aside. And then I gotta get this into that groove there. And then actually you have to lift up on it to get it like so. I'll let Conyo's inspecting. He's playing supervisor, inspecting the Camaro parts. He's like, I smell mice. I know there are mice around these parts at some time. So then you wanna, fell back out of there because of the weight of the actual turn signal arm. So you hold it up with your left hand, screw it in with your right hand like so. Give that a little ugga-dugga. And then you got your, now you got your left or your right. Wait, what do we got here? Left, normal, right, good, like so. And then next thing is going to be your spring, which, like I said, I set it flat like this so I can put it back on like that. And then, oh wait, sorry, kind of screwed up there. It's not bad though. These don't matter which way they go on the hazards, so you literally just put it back in, screw this bad boy in, basically until it grabs. I mean, because you literally just, you pull it out like this for it to unlock. I mean, look, there's your hazards right there. And I guess that's what's supposed to pop it to unlock it, which might have something to do with that spring that fell out, because if I push it like that and the hazards are on, then I go like this to, oh wait, it just did it. Alright, so if I push it in, that's supposed to turn the hazards on. Then to unlock them, you pull it out, boom, done. Okay, so I guess that spring doesn't have anything to do with it, okay? Whatever. So then, yeah, you put your spring back on, like so. Then, obviously, this your horn button goes like this. Like I said, the big flat tooth part goes where the flat tooth part goes, like that. And the shaft does spin, so you can actually get it to go in like that. And then the next step is you get to play with this thing all over again. So next step is you gotta screw this guy on. And then take your butterfly, and you're going to want to, once it gets close, you're going to want to line this up. Well, actually I already screwed that up, guys. With your snap ring, you're going to want to push that back together a little bit. And then before you actually put this on, I screwed up already. You want to put your snap ring up here. Easiest way is you just want to slide it back onto the shaft. Snap ring up onto the shaft right there. Now we'll go ahead and do what I was already doing, because, you know, didn't pay attention to that. Okay, now the one thing I just did, you got to be careful of, is where I marked it, you want it to be in the same spot so that the lock plate goes right back on in the same position. So you want to start compressing the spring down, compressing that plate down slowly. Like I said, this thing is extremely dangerous. So you want to get it in that groove, like I have it right here. And you want to compress this thing down, and it's going to snap and crunch, and it sounds horrible, and it sounds like it's going to break. And compress that thing all the way down like so. Cross your fingers that it don't pop off and hit you in the face. And then you want to slide the snap ring little by little all the way around. Come on. Slide the snap ring down the shaft here. Now a little bit at a time. Go top, bottom, middle, all the way till you get it to pop into that groove. Half of it's on. Boom, snapped in. Good. Just like so. Then you want to slowly release it, because it is going to come back towards you. And once it's released like that, then you know it's good. Pull the puller off like so. Then the next thing you can do is this groove here, you can put your plastic plate back on. This plastic piece, so basically where this pinhole like thing is here, it lines up with the pin here, so you just snap it on like that. And then you can put your wire back through your hole on your steering wheel, like so. So you have a horn. And it'll line up with the splines for that. And you just want to wiggle it a little bit to get it on there, get it started. So then you take your nut, put that on there, grab your impact. You don't want to hit it really, really hard, but you want to hit it to where it's on there. Make sure it's in forward. Run it on there like that to where it stops. That's all you need. It doesn't need to be any more than that. looks like it might have possibly skipped a little bit, but oh, that's right. Just like that. And the next thing you do is take and slide your horn button wire on here. It clicks. Square up your Chevy emblem with the prongs there. Pop your horn button back on. It's really weird because it seems like it should. It should have a more of a way for it to where it, when you push on it, it actually works. It's weird how it has the contacts or whatever. But yeah, you just snap it back on like that. Column's good. Vroom, vroom, ready to go. Key comes out. Steering wheel is locked the way it should be. Now when I put this in Ruby, I won't have to worry about not having a column that doesn't work properly. And that's how you swap your lock cylinders on an 82 to 92 or probably early 80s to 90s, mid 90s, I don't even know. Camaro steering column. Probably could be for the Chevy trucks, Blazers, and everything else also. I don't know, but that's how you do it. It's not very hard. A lot of people say it's hard. It is a lot easier, even if it's in the car. The easiest way to do it is if you unhook, as you've seen the wires, how they slid up the column. If you unplug these wires out of the harness from the body and let them slide along the column, it's actually easier, and you slide that whole center plastic piece out of there. Like mine did, and then when I pushed it back in, they slid right back down the column just the way they were supposed to. So I mean, that's basically it. I mean, there's nothing more to it. Like, subscribe, hit that share button, drop a comment and below, and let me know what you think. See you next time.